Hello, 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 everyone. It is Elsa 932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. We are recapping today Ready to Love Detroit. I believe it's episode 10 because it's season 11 of Ready to Love. As you come in, I will ask you to kindly hit that like button so we can get down to business because we're still at the retreat. Tommy still got these folks at the retreat. They are sequestered away from the rest of the population. I'm just being funny. Now keep in mind, y'all, again, as we scroll down here, it is for entertainment purposes only. We're here to have a good laugh. We're here to recap. We're here to have a good time. We're not here to be anything but a good time and get a good laugh out of this, okay? Because this is an edited, produced show, like I always tell y'all. It's edited and produced of the yin yang. But how we left off the retreat, how we left off the last episode, is that Tommy and the men are talking, okay? Tommy and the men are talking, and Tommy's like, I want to know who you like, who you feeling, who you are happy to be here with. And Carde says Ashley, and Dom is a vibe. Bello says Dom, and he said, and the feeling is reciprocal. Now that to me was a little dig at Carde, because it's like, yeah, you may like Dom and all. Guess what? She liked me back. That's what I thought Bella was saying to Carde. Okay, I thought Bella was saying to Carde, you may like her and all, but she liked me back. Hey Quay, good to see you. Good to have you here. Drive safe. Hey, let's talk about it all. Hey, High Vibe. Good to see y'all. Good to have you here. So I think when Bello said, yeah, I like Dom and it's reciprocal, was to tell Carde, you need to step off. But he also mentioned Ashante. Okay, hate to go to Africa. Darius says Ashley is genuine. Ashley is genuine. And Vince says Donna, she's smart. And he goes on to say a whole lot of great things about Donna. And Steven also says Donna. Hey, Christine, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Christine. Yes, good to see you. Good to have you here. You made it live. So who you not feeling is what Tommy's interested in and who we are interested in. Because who you not feeling is who being sent home. Bello says, Shannon, it's a more sister vibe, no romance. I said, but Bello, you her ride home. She rode here with you, Bello. And now you're kicking her to the curb. I'm just being funny, y'all. Okay. Darius says, Shannon, she's direct. She will call you out. Well, we didn't see that when she was talking to you, Darius. We didn't see her call you out. We saw her asking a lot of questions. Steven says, Shannon is sincere and sweet, but he ain't feeling her. Okay. And put a pin in that. Vince says, Lauren, it's been a roller coaster up and down. Put a pin in that too. Vince's choice of words are going to come back later. Okay. Lauren also said that on the Friends date. Remember, she said, Vince is up and down. I don't know where we are. Why are we constantly echoing each other about roller coasters? Are y'all for the adrenaline? I don't know. But Vincent and Lauren have the same vocabulary, I see. So, Carde says Lauren, she's more a friend. Sound like Ashanti may be more a friend the way she said you were PG the night before, but we digress. Bello says Lauren. He's confused with her, her energy. The ranking doesn't make sense to him. And I'm going to use Carde's words. How sway, Bello. How sway does her ranking not make sense? You're ranking the ladies here right now, aren't you? You're ranking the ladies right here with Tommy. So how does Lauren having a ranking system make no sense? Or is it the fact that you ain't always on the top don't make sense to you? I wonder if that was an editing thing that you don't understand why you are not the top for Lauren. Is that it? Because Tommy asks you every time, and every time we have got to rank people. So Bello, you not understanding Lauren's ranking makes me think you don't understand why you ain't number one. That's all I'm saying. Hey Jaguar, good to see you. Good to have you here. We just got started. So Tommy goes back to the whole group, and I'm asking, like, I'm watching the whole scene. Tommy, why is the double door open behind you? I know it might be the glare from the lighting of the room, but I'm gonna need you to close that door and put some drapes over it because you letting all the insects, all the mosquitoes, everything inside the room. I just was like, Tommy, close that door. They got to live with the consequences later. So Stephen calls the ladies forward. Okay, Stephen calls Shannon and Lauren. He tells Shannon, you have a sister vibe. And they're concerned that she's not allowing them space. No, Stephen, not allowing you space to explore your other connections. Lauren, they're confused about the ranking. And it's too much focus on that. I don't agree with that. Every week, every lounge, we ranking people. So I don't agree with this. This makes no sense to me. But okay, if you got to say something, I guess that's all you got to say. And the lady that was sent home was Shannon. Now, there's a whole lot of bawling crying. Okay. There was a whole lot of bawling crying. Shannon was sent home that I just don't understand. Maybe because I'm not a crier. Maybe I'm just, as Paula Abdul said, cold-hearted. Maybe. But it was a whole lot of crying. Like, we can't see each other back in Detroit. It ain't that far away. But Stephen decides he needs to go outside and talk to Shannon. Now, all I could say is, Shannon, don't talk to Stephen. Don't believe nothing Stephen has to say. That's all I was thinking. Don't believe nothing Stephen has to say. Because Stephen wasn't the man who voted you out. Now you want to come outside and console you? But how often have we done this on the show? Allow a contestant to go outside and talk to the person who just got voted out. I don't remember that in recent history, but you can put it in the comments and remind me if we have done this before. Because why are we pausing and why are we showing Stephen having that conversation with Shannon, knowing he's one of the men that helped, send her away from the retreat? He voted you out, Shannon. All I got to say. He voted you out. And why are we crying, Shannon? Because I thought you agreed with your girlfriend, Mercedes. I thought you agreed with Mercedes that ain't none of these men good enough for you. So why are we crying? I don't understand. I really don't get it. I thought none of these men were good enough for Shannon. Why are we crying about leaving? It would have been, it's fun. Thank y'all. Have a nice retreat. I'll talk to y'all back in Detroit when we get back. That's it. Because none of the men were good enough for you. And only Stephen and Darius are left out of the 3 that we saw met Mercedes. Okay? Everyone is doing the wrong thing this season. Shannon should have self-eliminated after Mercedes said none of the men have her as their number 1. Stephen should have self-eliminated and left with Shannon. Well, we don't know if Shannon really is Stephen's type. We don't know all that, but I agree with you. She should have left and said, none of these men are my type, but maybe she wasn't given the option. Okay? None of these men are nothing to cry about. Oh, Christine, love it. The zing. None of these men are anything to cry about. Hey, Chicago girl, good to have you here. So this week, Tommy says, use your time wisely. I don't know how many people were using their time wisely. I'm not sure. Bello said he gonna focus on his connections, which he still has 3. Okay. While y'all were dogging Devin out about having several connections, here we go. Several people have several connections. Dom says, it's an undeniable connection between them. Lauren said it's kind of flip-floppy. And Ashanti said, it just needs more time. That's what Bello said. With Ashanti, he needs more time. Dom is an undeniable connection. And with Lauren, it's flip-floppy. Maybe, Bello, you would have more time for Ashanti if you spent less time with Dom. I'm just saying. You ain't need more time. You just need to use your time wisely. That's all I'm saying. Maybe, Bello, you need to use your time wisely. Because you would have more time if you spent less time with Dom. I'm just saying. Maybe if you didn't stay overnight with Dom, the ladies will be open to still talking to you. But we see Lauren and Stephen talking. Lauren says, why is she still here? Is he happy that she's still here? Stephen said he just doesn't like hurting people's feelings. Yeah. Yeah, okay. You just did that, casting Shannon out of the resort. But put a pin in that, okay? Because Lauren gonna do something later if you have not seen the show yet. Lauren says she doesn't want to feel like the default option, as no one does. And she needs him to step up and show her. Now, here's where you need to step up to, Stephen, because the ladies are in power. Guess what? The ladies are in power. So you got to be scrambling, Stephen. Okay? All the men got to be scrambling. Darius is cooking. Did y'all notice Darius cooking in the kitchen with Ashley? Dom is there too. Donna and Carde. Did y'all notice that whole, Darius was, I didn't see what he was cooking, but he was definitely getting his hands in the potatoes, it looks like. Lauren and Bella are talking. And Lauren's trying to tell Bella she's not as in touch with her emotions as she would like to. And y'all, Dom comes close enough, but her back is to them, and his energy and focus shifts. I know y'all have seen the clips where he's looking at Lauren straight in the face, and Dom comes and he like shifts and starts looking and starts seeing what she up to. And Lauren said it's giving side chick vibes. Now, I don't necessarily see side chick vibes, but it definitely says you ain't his main. But side chick for me means he's in a committed relationship, and ain't nobody committed before the bridge. Nobody in a committed relationship before the bridge. That's as far as I see it. If you see it differently, please let me know. Now, here comes the time for the succulents. We got to give out these succulents. Okay? We got to give out succulents. Hey, reality is life. Steven scrambled to make most of the ladies succulents in order to buy some votes to stay on. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Bello gives Dom her succulent. And they kissing on the lips in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Christine said Dom is watching her pray. Pray, the prey being Bello. So Ashante talks about how Bello wanted to continue the connection and she's working her way up. He told her that. Now, Ashante and Bello, y'all got to step to the front because, this sounded like a ranking system. You working your way up in the rank? It sounded like the ranking system that Bello said he don't like that Lauren's doing. I'm just saying that's what it sounded like. Okay? Because he said they're not matching because he's loving up on Dom. I'm glad you're noticing and you said it, Ashante. Now, Carter said that it has been eye-opening how much Dom and Bello spend time together. Now it's eye-opening. And he said it hurts and it makes him laser in on his connection with Ashante. No, it makes you pivot. Let's use Darius's word. No, Carter, it makes you pivot towards Ashante. Because you feel like, she ain't got Bello, so she open for me. Okay? Laura must have closed her eyes when Bello and Dom were kissing. Probably. So, Ashante gave her, plant pot for Carde. It's about a cozy campfire. And if y'all look at that photo, and I have it in a post, that's a mighty small fire, Ashante, even on the pot that you were doing. So how cozy are we? And we only saw you hanging out with Bello at the fire pit. So did you pivot? Ashante, please answer this. Did you really make that pot for Bello? Because we saw y'all at the fire pit. And when you saw him kissing on Dom, did you pivot and say, hey, Cardi, we also said at the fire pit, here's yours. I'm just asking. Curious minds want to know, Ashante. Curious minds want to know. Darius said his was for Ashley, Lauren to Stephen, and Ashley for Darius said it's for Darius's mom. And her last line is what threw me off because it caught me off guard. I had to hear it a few times. Her last line was like, hope this stays alive. I said, whoa, wait a minute now, Ashley. I know you're probably going for a joke, but that hit a little bit different for me. For me, it could have been a joke, y'all. Don't go wild on it, but it kind of hit a little bit different. But Darius said he's shedding a tear on the inside. So I guess it moved Darius in the right way. Vince to Donna. Okay, Vince gave Donna a succulent and her initials are DL. He said, I ain't trying to tell y'all nothing else other than her initials are DL. Don't try and put that on me, is what Vince said. Now, Donna gave Vince one, and her fingerprint is on it. Vince, Ashley said the same thing. She put her print on you. Now, if y'all know anything, Donna done told us that she's misinvestigated. She gonna find out anything. Now, Donna just gave you, Vince, one of her prized possessions, her fingerprint. Okay? Her fingerprint. One of her prized possessions. So, Vince, I'm not telling you what to do, okay? But you could run that print in a database. You can run that print in a database. Since Donna's the investigator, her giving you access to her fingerprint means a whole lot. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Ashanti and Carter gave each other succulents, but they were just homies. So look like it, okay? Look like it. Hey, Absence, good to see you. Good to have you here. Oh, you thought you were the only one? Oh, okay. So that is Donna's most precious and unique part of her, is that fingerprint. But with all these crime dramas, I don't know if I want your fingerprint. Did Donna give Steven a succulent? It looked like it, like we didn't see it. That's what it looks like. When Donna was like, ain't nothing for me. It was given, y'all, if you have seen The Color Purple, it was given Miss Seeley asking Mr. Anything come for me? Ain't no succulent for me, Steven? That's what Donna was looking like. Wait a minute. Then we saw Steven gave Lauren Ashanti, and he had one for Shannon, none for Donna. And the group keeps funning on Steven, say, you ain't got no more to give out, Steven? It looked like you're giving the whole room succulents. You ain't got no more? Nope. And Steven, I guess, couldn't pivot and say instead of Shannon, that is Donna. It must have something unique on the pot that was for Shannon. But you know what, Steven? This could be an excuse for you to be able to go and see Shannon and say, I have something for you that you left back at the resort. Okay? Let me see. Steven made it clear he's not connected to Donna in any way, shape, or form. If you give gifts to all the women except me, that's a clear statement. Now, is it a clear statement, Jaguar? Is it clear? Or is it that we did it because, Vince was his roommate and Vince is like, listen, bro, I need you to step off on Donna because that's mine. I'm just paraphrasing. We just guessing here. They were roommates. Remember, Vince went looking for Donna, couldn't find her. He probably came back to the room. He said Steven was in his bed. Okay. Not all night. He don't know. He can't verify that. But he could be like, listen, bro, them succulents you got tomorrow, you best not give one to Donna. I'm just saying. Okay. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Donna wasn't out there for the painting, right? I don't remember her on the date hosted by Steven. No, she was not out there. But as we can see, everybody got a chance to sit outside and paint. But we didn't see everybody there. Steven should have given everyone a succulent. Yes, he should have. Everyone get a succulent. He ran out of succulents for him to give Donna. He did. They probably said maximum. Yet y'all were vilifying Devin for having so many connections. And here Steven is spreading himself out to everybody. There Steven is spreading himself out to everybody. Now, we have a segment here that we are going to, and again, it is courtesy of Vince, okay? Vince has got us using this segment a lot, okay? I think that Steven lost track of his connections. He probably just forgot to make one for Donna. Ooh, my. Well, we have a segment here called You Better Ask El Cid, okay? Let's get to it. Let's get our opening song for it.
El Cid, you better ask El Cid.
You better ask El Cid, okay? Okay? So remember what Vince did. Vince told everybody, we saw Vince and them playing Jenga outside, and we are going to learn, with You Better Ask El Cid, the origins of Jenga, okay? Jenga came from Ghana to the UK. The story of Jenga starts in an unexpected place in Ghana. Ghana in the early 1970s. Leslie Scott, the game's creator, was living in Ghana with her family. With limited access to toys, they made do with what they had: wooden blocks. Scott and her siblings would spend hours building and disassembling towers, a simple game that quickly became a family favorite. But it wasn't until years later that Scott realized the game had serious potential. In the 1970s, Scott moved to the UK and brought the game along with her. She formalized the rules and renamed it Jenga. The word derived from the Swahili word kujenga, which means to build. It is a perfect fit, simple, descriptive, and catchy. That is the history of Jenga that we saw Vince playing outside with Ashante, Lauren, and Donna. So you go learn something today. And that concludes You Better Ask El Cid.
El Cid. You better ask El Cid.
So we learned about Jenga today. Okay. I don't know how many people knew where Jenga came from, but I certainly learned something. Okay. So when Vince was playing the game with them, Ashanti asked him, "Are you going to make a scene with every block?" And I was like, "Yes, he will." I bet every time Vince got a Jenga block, he made a scene. He made a scene. He made a scene. Hey, Kathy, Steven is that kid that gave every little girl a Valentine's candy, but none of the candy says "be mine." Ooh, she just an adult now. Hate to go to Africa. So why are y'all playing Jenga on the grass? That's what I want to know. For everyone who was there, Ashante, Lauren, Donna, Vince, why were y'all playing Jenga on the grass? That's an uneven surface. I wouldn't have been playing Jenga with you. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? Because once Vince pulled one out at the bottom, put it at the top, it fell over. Okay? We do see Ashley and Darius talking. Ashley says, "Get under this coyote blanket." Girl, Ashley, it's threatening to take me out again. I'm sorry. Ashley, when you said it was coyote, girl, I almost fell out laughing. I couldn't believe you said coyote. I was like, there's no way that's a coyote blanket. Or did she just call it coyote to say it ain't real? It ain't, the upper echelon of fur. It's just coyote. But hey, Darius wants to emphasize that he has never lied to her since they met. Now, her eyebrows went up. She said, "No, you haven't. You've been consistent." And he talks about, "I need to know who's leading you." Well, who's leading you, Darius? We'd like to know who's leading Darius. Who is Darius being led by? And then he tells in confessional, she's a succulent woman, and kissing his fingers. Sir, that editing made it seem like you said a whole bunch of nothing. And then he proceeds to ask her, "What is your beauty regimen?" Now, for the gentlemen in the chat, gentlemen in the comments and stuff like that, do you ask your ladies what is her beauty regimen? I don't know. That just seemed a little bit odd, but hey, she is a body sculptor. Maybe that's part of her offerings from her business. Okay? But she had to tell him she got a full body wax that morning. I said, "Girl," I said, "that sounds painful." But if you've been doing it regularly, is it painful? Anybody who does get full body waxes, let us know, please. Quay is with her fabulous looking photo, is telling us, "I used to have a coat with real coyote fur around the hoodie." Okay. Thank you, Quay, for telling me to pump the brakes on that. Quay said, "I've never had a man ask me that either." I see men doing it more often now. Daggone it to go to Africa. They're asking you beauty regimen. Are they trying to put the dollar signs and figure out how much is being funded by them? I find it odd. But we do see that was Darius's coyote blanket, because we saw him wrapping it up and packing it up and putting it in his luggage. Okay. Because the next day it's time to go home. Or maybe it's the same day. We don't know. But we see Donna and Vince were talking while everybody's packing up. Donna gives Vince a book. Okay. She said, I meant to give it to you at the beginning, but hey, you got it now. Vince asks, can I keep the bookmark? I said, daggone it, Vince, you got a whole book. It's not only just a book, Vince. It's a hardcover book. She ain't give you no paperback. She gave you the hardcover edition. Now you want the bookmark too? She said, no. You can't have that bookmark, okay? She said, my mama gave me that bookmark. And how does she know? Because it got butterflies on it. Now, I'll be interested to know Donna's mom's connection to butterflies, for her to make that statement. But Vince, you got the hardback book. Be happy. Now you need a bookmark too? Really? Come on now. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Hey, Delphine Azul. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Vince, why are we being greedy? You want the bookmark too? Read the book. Just read the book. Since we know Vince likes to knit, why don't you, if you don't have an actual bookmark, take one of your, a line of yarn and let that mark your book. Donna gave you a hardback. It ain't no paperback. Okay? She done give you her thumbprint. I don't know what print it was, y'all. I'm just saying it was the thumb. And now she done give you a hardcover book. Come on now. But Vince is asking what he gonna get out of the book. Is it gonna make me more peaceful? Peaceful soul? I was like, really? Donna says yes. And I'm like, but Vince said he don't know how to relax. So how is this book going to help him relax and be a more peaceful soul? I tried to zoom in to see. I would like to know, Vince, Donna, what was the name of that book? Because we already know the book. Okay, we already know the book that Shantae and Bello have in common. Let us know what the title of that book is, okay? You better not, Delphine Azul. He can dog ear the pages. Oh, heck no. As a reader myself, and I will post up, y'all, my Kindle Unlimited numbers. It's kind of low this year because I've been doing all this YouTube. This year's, just over 400 books. Just over 400. That's about it. It's nothing, not too much, okay? And the largest book I read is over 300 pages. Okay, so you, as an avid reader of actual books and electronic books, you better not bend a page in. Okay? You better not bend that page in just to mark it. He likes to knit. He has tons of yarn, I'm sure. Even if it's a shoelace, do not put a clean shoelace, please. Do not bend no ears. And Vince better not come up in here saying that he bent no ears of the book. Hardcover book is serious business. Take care of it as a gift. Yes. Girl, I gotta keep up my reading speed. I'm a speed reader. I gotta keep up. If I take a few days off, I feel like I'm lagging in my reading. But okay, Lauren and Vince go out. This could have been an elimination date. I'm sorry. Vince and Lauren go out. It could have been an elimination date. Okay. I'm sorry. It felt like it. And I wonder if that's why Vince's face was like that. Vince's face was like eyebrows up, eyes open. He was just not comfortable at first. Looked good in his shirt and tie. That was a good color combo. But he looked like, am I being sent home like right now? Y'all ain't even had a lounge yet. But we don't know how this was edited to look. It could have been the same night. Okay. It could have been. We don't know. Okay. Still like reading books. I'm reading A Christmas Carol currently, and the page is bent. You see, Delphine Azul, do not. Do not. Okay. So Lauren and Vince, they talk about how the connection is what? Here's that word again. It's a roller coaster. Yes. I'm like, y'all, please. I'm ready to get off this roller coaster. Okay. So Vince asked to relay an apology to her friend. And she's like, oh, you can do it yourself right now. Why don't we call him? And he's like, wait a minute. I got to get that cleared. No need. Y'all realize either two things. Lauren already got it cleared by production, or she's like, we ain't waiting for it to be cleared. We're doing this now. So which one do you think? Did Lauren get it cleared, Or was Lauren just like, we doing this now? So put cleared in the comments if you think she got it cleared, or put now if she just didn't care. His brows were high up. It did look like an elimination. Lauren made it to the retreat. It's time for self-elimination. So Lauren calls a friend. Vince is like, Vince, what? Vince, how can I put this? Vince did the switch up. I think we misread each other. Ooh, I was like, Vince, okay. Where with words? Where with words? We misread each other, and he does apologize. And Lauren decides to list out his attributes after he apologizes, and the friend says, oh, okay. The friend says, oh, okay, I accept your apology. Okay. So Chicago Girl says now she get 0 F's given. Lauren did not get it cleared. Didn't care to get it cleared. I put the date, day, and temperature on the first page of every new book I read just for my memory. Oh, Kathy, that's interesting. That's awesome. So you know, okay. They are best frenemies. They definitely have a roller coaster relationship. Well, hey, they like the same description of the relationship. So she said, he's a man of excellent character and stands up for what he believes in. So, Lauren, do you believe that stand-up is at 6'2"? Just asking. Lauren, do you believe that when he stands up as high as 6'2"? Because there's still a question mark. But she says he's a protector and a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. So Vince appreciates it, but he's still looking at her while she's saying that, like, okay, what else is coming? What else is coming? I'm ready for it. That's how Vince's face was, like, okay, all right. It was looking like, come on, swing, batter, swing. I'm ready for it. So he appreciates it. He says, maybe it's slow, but we're trending up, and that's enough for him to keep making an effort. Y'all, did y'all buy that? Because it didn't sound real to me. Because Vince did not sound real, like he really making an effort. That he wants to keep on making an effort. I don't know. Lauren thinks that her time is limited, so she wanted to have one final clip to go viral before her exit. Okay. That's interesting. Now, he walks her to her car at the end of the evening. They hug. Well, not before the car. At the table, y'all, and I have a short about it. At the table, they hug. But Lauren hugs him. And did y'all see Lauren's face? Lauren scrunches up. I'm sorry. I don't scrunch up my face even if I'm hugging my friends. Lauren hugs Vince and her whole face is scrunched up from the nose. And I'm like, girl, you don't have to hug him. You don't have to hug him. It sounded real, but it didn't sound real, but it did sound good. Okay. Vince is over it. No, in spite of his attributes, Vince knows that Lauren cares more about others' opinions than having a real relationship. Oh, good thought, Absence. Good thought. Hey, what's Aaron? Girl, you know what time it is. You know it's 5 o'clock. We here. You don't need YouTube for their notifications. They're on and again, off again notifications. Even though you still see them go back and forth after the show, Vince is the first guest on her podcast. Yeah, we could be good. We could really be good. I'll be there for the podcast. If I was in Vince's position. Exactly, because especially since you know what's coming up. You know what's coming up. You know the whole, the B of it all is coming up. What's Aaron? You missed a good members live last night too. Okay, you missed a good one last night too. I'm just saying, surprises were had. But let's get. Vince tried to tell us. How can I say it? He walks into the car. Vince tries to tell us that he's feeling the romance. I ain't feeling it. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling it. But they do hug again at the car. Lauren, I noticed that your handbag was a clear purse. And in all seriousness, other than having fun and whatever, your card, change it if you haven't, because it was when you hugged Vince and we saw the handbag, your card was there. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you as one girly to the next. And for any of y'all girlies, if you have to use a see-through bag, make a sleeve for your cards, have your cards in a sleeve so that no one can access and see that information through the see-through compartments, please. So Lauren, please, if you have not changed it because the expiration dates or whatever, change it, please, because these people out here who can, grab things from still shop, please do it, please. Okay. I missed it too. I was watching the Texans game. See, this is what happened with y'all from Texas. But Vince said he could feel the romance. Okay. She barely gives him a peck on the cheek. Y'all, I thought we were in middle school. With the peck that Lauren gave Vince on the cheek, I don't even know if her lips touched his face. And she's like, oh, it's the first guy I kissed on the cheek, and I'm literally sweating. How, Sway? Thank you, Cardi. How, Sway? How are we like, oh my God, I just kissed him on the cheek? We are not in middle school. We are grown. I'm sorry. Is it just me? It could be just me. I'm sorry. No peck on the cheek. Barely touching your skin is going to have me in a confessional. Oh my gosh, it's the first time I'm literally sweating. No, not at all. I don't see, feel, or hear romance. We ain't holding hands. We ain't making eyes at each other. Nothing. Vince and Lauren have zero romantic connection. Thank you. I agree. Zero romantic connection. Okay. But how are we hot and bothered over a peck on the cheek? Again, we grown. So next up, Cardi is going out with Dom. That too looked like an elimination date. Now, if you did not see it, I have a post. Did Dom's dress look like Bello's confessional shirt? It looked like the similar pattern, same color palette, but it looked like similar patterns, maybe two different animals. I need y'all to go look that. Lauren was too cool for school. It bit her in the derriere. She said in her podcast with Ed, she knows it's a competition, but she's not going to compete. Now she's running around trying to make a connection. She not chasing nobody? Okay. Lauren has as many connections as Steven thinks he has. Okay. So Dom said after the getaway, the connection with Cardi went flat. And he should have applied pressure. And that this is the make or break moment for her and Cardi. Where's the connection with Cardi that this is make or break? I don't think it ever got off the floor. I'm sorry. Cardi, I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. It seemed like you were an option. You were just an option for Dom. I'm sorry. You were an option. You were a placeholder. I didn't see anything here about romantic and this is going to make or break us. No. You done spent the evening overnight with Bello. There's no one else for you. I'm not going to believe that anybody else could be for you. But Cardi says, Dom will do a lot of things, but will not lie to you. She just lied to us, Cardi. I'm sorry. Dom just lied to us to tell us you had a chance. I'm sorry, y'all. This is an edited, produced show. Maybe Cardi had a chance. I didn't see it. If you saw it, put it in the comments. But she just lied to us, Cardi, to tell us that you had a chance, and this is a make it or break it for both of y'all. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I don't buy it. Dominique is letting connections go while Bello is still trying to keep his. Cardi was a vote for Dom, nothing more. Right? When he said she would never lie to you, she just did. She just told us. Okay? She just told us. So Dominique said the getaway was overwhelming. She cannot deny the connection with Bello. Keep in mind, Bello across town. Now, before I saw this, if y'all watch my live reaction to this, I said, oh, Dom is on a date. This is a chance for Bello to sneak away and have his own. And he did. He's across town with Ashante. But he denying yours. You say you can't deny your connection with Bello. He with Ashante denying the connection is as strong. I'm just saying, somebody lying. Somebody lying. Carday's stock has been sliding since the exes episode where he let his ex rip into Ashanti. He didn't exhibit king behavior, and I'm sure Ashanti told the other ladies about the experience. He looked soft. Ooh, Jaguar. Ooh, a man telling another man he looks soft? Dang. I'm very proud of both teams. Oh, sorry. See, y'all talking about football. Carday didn't have a chance with anyone. Daggone it. The ladies did say at the beginning of the first mixer that it don't matter how many redemption mixes, Carday ain't going to be the one. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, now, they say, when she said the getaway was overwhelming, can't deny the connection with Bello. He is denying the connection is that strong with Ashante. Dominique goes on to say, it's not going to be, she didn't want to be weird with Carday at the retreat. I hope he didn't see that. You were weird. When you did not stand up for him, when everybody was pounding on him saying he wasn't deep and he couldn't get deep, and he's trying to say he's a metaphor. I'm sorry, Dom. You didn't stand up for him. And you ain't got to stand up and, just say, hey, y'all, that's all well and good. He ain't deep with y'all, but I can vow that he was deep with me. That's all you have to say. Just speak up. Okay? What they say, it's not the loudness of your enemies, it's the silence of your friends that is the loudest. Well, Carday heard your silence loud and clear. So Carday said he needed to make more effort of spending time with her. And Dominique said, yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Whatever. She said she has a one connection that's strong brewing and it's hot. Don't cold brew her. And I said, Dom, that was a good line. Dom, that was a good line. You better hot brew me. I am no cold brew. And if it get cold, it walks away. That's what I was hearing. I said, Dom, you better tell him how to treat you. She said being friends is not enough for her. And Bello applied that pressure. Now, in the meantime, now they walked off. In the meantime, Ashante and Bello outside. That too looked like an elimination date. Okay. She said she wanted to see, she was seeing a lot of things about their connection on the retreat. And when Bello walks in, he says he needs to get some fur. Is Darius rubbing off on you? Y'all already part of the Beijing Brotherhood. Okay. Don't tell me you're going to get fur too, Bello. Please don't. Okay. But he said, is the connection going to fizzle with Ashante or strengthen? And Ashante's like, hey, you seem to make your mind up. You already picked. He said, but Dom is what's familiar. But familiarity is what he's done in the past. I said, ouch. Ouch. While Dom is saying to Carday across town, the connection is strong and there's no denying it. He's saying, yes, familiar, but that was the past. Okay. Alrighty. So he tells the story about how he, it wasn't West Philadelphia, but where he was born and raised on the playground is where he spent most of his days. Okay. And he got in trouble. Mama got scared and, took him out of the neighborhood. He had the whole Fresh Prince of Bel-Air life is what he's saying. And he went from the hood to the burbs. And it's only because he equated it with French Prince, I was like, it's not sounding genuine to me, but it still could be his story, okay? It's just how it came off. It sounded like, I'm going to give you a story that you recognize. But she says she had a similar upbringing, and she needed to, she too needed a shift. And it happened when her dad, unfortunately, passed away. She didn't know him too well, but she'd seen him like 2 times a year or 2 times in her life. She said, 2 times in her life. And it opened her up to learning about healing. And I wonder, Ashanti, is this when you became a vegan? Is this when you looked into the lifestyle? It would be very interesting to know. To be honest, we only saw a romantic connection between her and Bello. There's nothing of any of the men could have done to take her attention away from him. Correct. Has Dom had cold brew? It's very intense, delicious coffee. That metaphor does not quite land for me. And she is with the metaphor himself. Bello, Dom reminds me of all the girls that didn't work out before. Ooh, that's exactly what it sounded like. Yeah, Bello predicted that story in the mirror, practiced that story in the mirror before filming. Yeah, it did sound like it. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days. What, doing some b-ball outside of school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in the neighborhood? That's what it sounded like with Bello's thing. Okay, that's what it sounded like. But Bello says, "Oh, you just wanted your life to be normal." Going back to the conversation with Ashanti, and she said, "No, not normal." And I appreciate that, Ashanti. Every time somebody tells me normal, I say, "What's normal?" Because normal for you ain't normal for me. So she said, "Non-toxic." And that's a very great way of saying that. Non-toxic. Ashanti goes on to say that, they have intense, meaningful conversations. Still no romance. Still no romance. Bello ain't hold Ashanti's hand. We just barely had a friendly hug at the beginning. No romance. Ashanti is a vote or a placeholder. But we go to the ladies' lounge. We go to ladies' lounge. Ladies, you looked spectacular. Another ladies' lounge that y'all look spectacular. Absolutely. Now, Donna, I keep on saying that looked like a prom dress last week and this week, but you still look spectacular. Okay. I'm not a fringe girl. Okay. I'm not a fringe girl, but Dom came to slay in more ways than one. So let's get to it. So for people who they like, Donna picked Vince. Lauren said Vince apologized to her friend and called her friend. He called. Nah, Lauren, he didn't call. We know he didn't call because we saw he didn't even get the call cleared. So we know he didn't call. So you call Lauren. Why couldn't you just say, Vince talked to my friend and they apologized? Vince cleared things up with my friends and everything's good. But you said he called. I'm just saying. Ashley says, Darius has been very intentional with her. Okay. And he gave his car to her because hers is in the shop. Now, ladies, that is a very romantic gesture. Okay. That's a very romantic gesture. And here's the thing. Now, because I watch too much true crime, please make sure documents for the vehicle are correct before driving anyone's car, even your friends. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay? Documents for the car, make sure you see the registration and the proof of insurance for the car that you are driving. Also, if you lend a car to your friend, make sure you are covered for that driver. Okay? Now, Darius says he has a luxury car rental business, so that may be fine. Okay? But if it's their personal car, y'all better make sure y'all documents are in order. Okay? Y'all better go find out about Shirley Strawberry's ex-husband and that whole debacle with his car situations. Lauren lied to everyone in the lounge saying Vince called her friend to apologize. She straight up coerced that man. She didn't coerce him. She cornered him. I need you to change that word, Jaguar. She cornered him. Vince said, whoa, I need to get that call cleared. No. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. Oh, Christine. Now, the views and opinions are those of Christine. She said Darius needs Ashley to hide that vehicle. So that's an address not known to whoever. In the past, Nigerian men didn't marry older women. I just learned that there was a trend now for them to marry older, wealthy, white women. She's not white, but is she wealthy enough for Bello? We don't know. Remember, she is a celebrity stylist. So Dominique have that coin. She has that coin. Okay. She a celebrity stylist. She ain't charging no chump change for whoever she's styling. Okay. So after Ashley done told us about that car, and I told y'all about driving other people's car, Dom says Bello has stood on business about her. Ashanti up next says Bello, on the date, You know, they tapped into things they never tapped into before. That sounds vague. How about romance? And that's exactly what Tommy says. Was it a romantic tap in? This is a late connection, but is it growing? Come on, Ashante. Can you answer, Tommy? Is it growing? Whew. Then Tommy turns around and says, are there any more connections with Bello? I said, no, that was shade. That was shade. Tommy was shady. Are there any other connections for Bello?
I hate to be shady unless I really have to. I hate.
Tommy didn't have to be shady, but he was. And I love it. I love it. I love it. He's not marrying Dom. They will make it to the end, but will be broken up by the reunion. When Tommy asked why, it will be because of the children and religion. Jaguar said, I already read the script. And this is how it's going to break down. And I ain't disagreeing with you, Jaguar. I ain't disagreeing with you. So when Tommy asked, are there any more Bello connections? And y'all were talking about Devin having connections and Steven having connections. Lauren says Bello, he wants to be more intentional, but it was distracted when one of his connections came by when we were talking. Then he was whispering like if he cannot talk freely. And Dom is like, you insinuating that when I came by, was it me we were talking? Because we were all at the cabin. Who are you talking about, girl? Say a name. Don't throw rocks and hide your hand. Now, Dom, I understand, but she was not coming for you. She was coming for Bello's behavior, his reaction to you. It's not you. You could have sat anywhere. You could have sat right next to Bello or right next to her. That is not what she's talking about. She's talking about how he behaved, and you tried to make it about yourself. Try to make it about yourself. Dom and Bello are playing each other. This won't last long. Oh, okay. Hey, Mona Wilson, good to see you. Y'all think that they're playing each other. But it's like what Dom jumped in. It's like, say it. It was me. No, she don't have to say who. It's about Bello's behavior to you. It has nothing to do with actually you. She didn't have a problem with you coming to sit close by. She didn't have a problem you moving around the cabin. And for you to say, well, we all was at the cabin. No, your slip was showing. You're bothered, Dom. This is showing up, not in a good way. Okay? Who are the women not feeling this week? And the ladies were like, Ashley said, Cardi, he's too surface. Okay? He's too surface. Dom says, Cardi. I said, daggone it. It'd be your friends. Ashante said, Vince ain't it. I said, daggone it. Said, how a household should be run is where they have a problem. Remember, Ashante back on the cooking date was the one who Vince was like, make sure you get it right. That's not what I said. Did you get it right this time? Don't misquote me. Remember, Vince is like, yeah, she ain't got to work. If we could work, if we could have the family under the amount of money I have, can she live like that? Can she live like that? That's all. Then she ain't got to do nothing. But if she wanna live more than what I'm bringing, then she got to go out there and bring the rest of it. That's what he said. Thank you, what's Aaron? Sharp, the Sharp date. Sharp. Dom was so pressed, she didn't even play it cool. I agree. He told Ashante that Dom was familiar. I guess he will kick her to the curb when she becomes too familiar and find someone closer to Ashante's age. Well, if he got to have his son, he got to have someone that's closer to Ashante's age. Interesting turn for Dom. In the past, she said her connections were free to enjoy the process and get to know other ladies. I actually think she was in her feelings and defensive about Bello. Well, Absence, let me speak up for Dom, okay? Wouldn't you be in your feelings if you were at a cabin and spent the night in the same room with the man? Yet here come two others still talking like they have a chance with who you consider your man? Wouldn't you be in your feelings? Okay? Y'all remember Ray, the movie? When the lead singer was like, when we on the road, I'm Mrs. Charles. You in my bed. That's how it sounded like. Dom was like, he was in my bed. Okay? Why are y'all still calling his name? Shouldn't y'all know by now? Because I kissed him in front of y'all. He kissed me too. Y'all should know by now that he ain't got no feelings for y'all. That's what it's given. Okay. But y'all remember, Ashanti says Vince because of the whole shApp and household and all of that. Thank you, Quay, for reminding folks, hit the like button. Hit that like button. Okay? Please. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and your notifications are on. Hey, Tyra's World. Women really looked at Dom in that scene and said, oh, she's confident? Is it drugs? Oh. They were like, if you're confident, why all this mess? Mm-mm. Donna said Steven. Okay. More connections. He has more connections. I was like, damn, more connections than anyone else. I said, daggone it. There you go. Donna said, I didn't get no succulent. So you could, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't got no succulent. So you could get the hell on, Steven. Now, y'all, this is edited and produced. People say more than one name, but we only see the one name. They said, okay. Lauren said she spends 2 to 3 hours talking every day and having, private moments with Steven. And Dom was like, I didn't know y'all were a thing. Dom coming for Lauren again. I didn't know y'all were a thing because he was by himself the whole time at the retreat. The lies you tell. I'm sorry, Dom. The lies you tell. Again, Cardi, you said Dom would never lie to you. We catching another lie. Nothing about that scene and what we saw, how she responded, said confident. The dating process aged. Oh, no. So here's the lie about Dom. You mean the whole time Steven was at the retreat, he was by himself? Okay. Who at the retreat? When Shannon was jumping him on the bed, when Shannon was rolling up to him and Donna having a conversation, when Shannon, we saw her laying on his chest, you telling me that Steven was by himself most of the trip? I'm sorry. Yeah, Steven got more connection than AT&T. There ain't no way. Dom, you say Steven by himself. That was another dig at Lauren. Your slip is showing. Ma'am, your slip is showing. Okay, you're bothered. Cardi was soft. He folded like wet Charmin. No, not the Charmin tissue paper on the ex's episode and never recovered. He looked very demure, very mindful. Steven was too chill. He needed to be more assertive. He was too laid back. He was assertive handing out them succulents given to who he wanted. But anyway, we got the bottom two men. We see Lauren taking Steven out. Now, for me, the bottom two was Vince and Cardi. Okay? With Cardi going home. That's what I said when I watched it live with my people. Y'all were in the comments. Y'all had agreed with me. But I said it could be Steven and Cardi. Yeah, because Cardi just go home. It don't matter who the second person is. It's going to be Cardi. But it mattered. Lauren said, let's talk about Lauren. Not Lauren. Ashanti took Cardi out. Let's talk about Cardi first. Cardi, didn't lean in for the hug like he did with Ashley because Cardi said, you ain't catching me spilling 2 drinks on this here TV show. So he had Ashanti stand and gave her a hug. She said it was awkward. It was awkward. She made time for Bello and Steven. Okay. Cardi said it made him feel a certain type of way, but was rooting for her to win the games. Apparently they were paying the Jenga and all that. He was her cheerleader. That's what it was given. That's what it was given. Okay. That's what it was given. Vince was attracted to Donna from the first and they met and haven't been serious about anyone else since. Could be. So Ashanti said, you were not intentional enough, funny to hide what you did not want to share. Now, she said he was acting, meaning he was being hilarious and funny, hiding behind that, wasn't sharing who he was, wasn't getting deep. And she tells him, you are not ready to love. Ashley tells Cardi he is not ready to love. He said, this has been a great lesson. Okay. He's learned, about things that he has to do better and things to work on after the process, but he's optimistic about love. Okay. And he did mention that she gave him a church hug. Cardi, be happy you got a hug. Now, Lauren took Steven out. Lauren said a lot of the interactions is not public. I was like, ooh, that's player moves right there, y'all. Remember when they used to say, at least the old people I know used to say, if he ain't taking you out in daytime, he don't want to be really seen with you. Or if you're in a restaurant in dark corners, he don't want to be seen with you. He ain't saying it from the mountaintops, Lauren, that y'all talking. Steven's like, yeah, I could do better, 1000%. He did not look thrilled to do better. I'm sorry. Okay? He had no emotions on his face when he said, yeah, I could do better, 1000%. Okay? Wow. Then Lauren said the ladies want to see more assertiveness. Okay? And he might not be emotionally available. Now, funny y'all do this thing and y'all have these exes come on these dates. Okay? The ex told y'all, we saw it on camera. She said Steven is emotionally unavailable. Now y'all are shocked weeks later that it turns out to be true. Why was the ex there if y'all weren't going to listen? Why was the ex there if y'all weren't going to listen? She told y'all he was emotionally unavailable. He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. And y'all see he's still emotionally unavailable. Come on now. I mean, some exes be lying, but she wasn't lying because y'all clearly see it. Steven said, you know what? Somebody is going to get that out of him someday. It sounds like y'all ladies ain't them. Y'all ladies ain't the one. Y'all ladies ain't it. He said somebody in the future, not y'all, somebody will get that out of him. Steven, you got to work on that. You can't just all of a sudden become emotionally available to your romantic partner. You got to work on that. It doesn't just happen because you met that person. You got to work on it. Okay? Okay? He didn't show any emotions when he told Lauren on this episode that she was his number one. None at all. That's why I kept telling y'all about Steven, but y'all didn't want to listen to me. Y'all didn't want to listen to me because y'all like his sweaters and he does vintage wear and Steven's so cute. And see, y'all didn't want to listen to me. Y'all didn't. Steven is emotionally constipated. That's why he can't give, he's all backed up. Oh, wow. He didn't like any of the women. He didn't. I don't think he did, but you know, he may have liked them as friends, but not romantically. Okay. So then Lauren gave us and Steven the shock of the night. She tells Steven, you are not ready to love. I said, whoa, when did we get a double elimination? We were not expecting, and we didn't even have Tommy to tell us there's a curveball coming. So we were thrown for a loop. I know we had a double elimination with the ladies before, but now you wait this time to do a double on the men, and Steven, one of the favorites? One of the favorites? Wow. But Lauren, let me give you 2 points. 2 points. I know production told you to space it out, but the way you spaced it out, oh my word, it was so disjointed. I know it had to be for filming, but it didn't have to be. You are not ready to. I was like, daggone it, Lauren, please. There's a way. Ashanti did it. But I was like, the spacing between the words, even Steve was like, oh my gosh, you're ending me right now. You're ending me. Just spit it out. Say it. It was a you are. I was like, I wasn't even paying attention. If y'all watched it live with me, I wasn't paying attention because I was like, oh, she's going to be like, you are ready to love. I was like, oh yeah. But when that not came out, wait a minute. Steven's going home? Wait a minute. I had to sit up. Steven. Okay. So the 2 points was Lauren. You are not too long. And the shocker of a double elimination. Well, at least Lauren wasn't crying before it even started like Nicole was when she had to eliminate her person. I mean, daggone it. At least she cried after. Right? I was like, girl, come out with it. Girl, come out with it. We knew production told you to space it out, but daggone it. We could have been a little smoother with the spacing. Okay. I'm not going to say what I think about Steven. I will say that me and my girlfriends would probably have a lot of fun shopping with him at the thrift store. We all would at the vintage stores. Okay. We all would. My nephew said the same thing to go to Africa. Sips tea. Y'all are too funny. I think even if Stephen likes someone or the perfect woman was in front of him, he wouldn't be able to recognize it. He needs to be open first. Now, when you said he wouldn't recognize it, Christine, I thought that you were going to say he needs the new glasses, knowing he got a glasses brand deal. So Stephen says it's a shocker. We agree with you, Stephen. It's a shocker for us too. But he said there are things he needs to work out on. Okay, he needs to work on. He's proud he went through this. He learned to be more confident. And Lauren starts crying, and he's saying, "I'm glad that she told me, Lauren. I'm glad it was you, because you know me." I said, Stephen is planting the seeds. What, like, baby girl, if this don't work out with none of these men here for you, come find me, Lauren. Come find me. That's what it was sounding like. Come find me. If it don't work out for you, Lauren, come find me. That's what that line told me. That's what that line told me. When he said that, it's like, okay. I'm glad it was you that told me. Because we get each other. We know each other. We get what's going on. I'm glad it was you. Stephen, I'm sorry. I see the player vibe, the player move. I'm glad, we could have this one last special moment. We could have this elimination dinner, but our time is not over. Our time has only just begun. When this is over, come find me. That is what it was giving to me. That one was given, because I'm telling y'all be sleeping. I was telling y'all that Stephen is the player you don't see coming. Y'all see, oh, he's so nice. He's so cute. He's so nice. He's so, cutesy with the glasses and the fashion. And he's so sensitive. Stephen isn't planting seeds. He doesn't like Lauren. I don't think so. I think he likes her to hang out, but I don't know if it's romantic. Okay. But y'all, let me pull this up and then we'll get to the previews. So everybody whose name is in black here and along the side here, you see Stephen, everybody whose name is in black has been eliminated from Ready to Love. They are not Ready to Love. And everybody who's in red along here are still in the running. Now we do have some questions. Simplistic Gray says, who's Vince choosing in y'all's opinion? Vince's options are Donna or Lauren. Who y'all think he picking? Come on down. Is that a question? He picking Donna. I'm sorry. And Donna is probably sitting back there, you better pick me. Donna's probably like, he better. It's good for I will investigate the heck out of him. He better. So Vince has only Lauren or Donna. Okay. That's all there is. And it's got to be Donna. Okay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Somebody said Donna. I think he's picking Donna, but that won't work either. Bed sheets wants marriage. Ooh, not bed sheets. I guess Lauren decided to take a pass because IG Live is with Ed. IG Live is with Ed. Oh, okay. Donna all day. Donna all day. Yes, y'all got it. Donna all day. Vince gonna pick Donna. That's our prediction. We don't know. I have another. Hey, let's talk about it all. I don't know why the word bed sheets was there, right? I was like, are you casting some shade on Donna because her dress had that big old bow and a whole lot of material on it in a ladies' lounge, Quay? I thought that's what you would do in Quay. Donna. Okay, everybody thinks it's Donna. I have another question. Oh no, it's just a comment. Steven said he love them all like K. Michelle. He love them all. That's Steven. He love them all. I love them all. Okay? I love them all. Hey, you better explain it to Donna. Don't explain it to me. Don't explain it to me. You better explain to Donna that you didn't mean bedsheet like her dress in the ladies' lounge. Autocorrect, okay? We're gonna blame it on autocorrect. But in previews, we see that it is, remember, looking at the men here, and that's why I had them down the middle. Y'all notice that I have the men that are still in the running down the middle. We have Bello, Darius, and Vince. They are to introduce the women to their families. Donna meets Vince's brother and says she wants to be engaged in 2025. Okay, we in 2026. Okay, we know this was filmed a while ago, but Vince looked shocked. Vince looked like a deer in headlights. Like, what? Engaged? But remember, Donna said we could move in within 3 months when she was talking to Steven. So we don't know. But Donna's goal on her vision board is to be engaged in 2025. Let us find out at the reunion if this happened. Okay? After reunion, after thing, I want to see, Donna, did you achieve that goal in 2025? But Vince is shocked. Darius says, she says she's not going to cook or clean. I can't see no 40-year-old saying some dumb like that. I don't know if he's talking about Ashley, but Ashley ain't 40-something, okay? Ashley ain't 40-something. So he must be talking about just the lyrics, okay? But he said he's been spending all his time with Ashley, but maybe he's, he isn't going in that direction anymore. What other direction is there? What other direction is there for you to go, Darius? I don't see another connection for you other than Ashley. Do y'all see another connection? I don't see anybody else for Darius. I must not be seeing something. Bello apparently has Lauren and Dom, and I'm like, in the previews, I said, where's Ashante? Ashante! Ashante! Where is Ashante? Is she now coming in? Is she outside? Did y'all not send her in yet? Or did she leave early? Because y'all better not be telling me Ashante self-eliminated, because there's a lot more people that could have self-eliminated. But there's another area where Dom was really rising up, but this time in front of Bello. Lauren said he made solid decisions way too early in the game. And Dom's like, elaborate. Say it with your chest. Elaborate. I was like, Dom, you're putting a little too much hot sauce on that. But Dom and Bello are in matching colors, if you notice in the preview. And Lauren said the exact thing that you should do. Why do I need to elaborate to you? Why do I need to answer to you? Why? Why do I need to elaborate? I'm talking about my connection with him, not yours. Dom was like, you said it, and I want to know. I was like, ooh, that had a whole lot of bite in it. Lauren's like, I feel like a side chick. She's talking to the family member. I don't know yet who's that in relation to Bello. She's like, I feel like a side chick. And Lauren decides to ask Bello directly in front of everybody. This is a move that I would do. And I am hoping that I will be proud of this moment in the previews where she's like, Bello, are you open to growing our connection? Yes or no? Answer the question right in front of your other connection. Let me know if I need to go home now. Well, you should have gone home before. But let me know if I need to go home right now. That's in the previews for Friday. And y'all, we watch it together. Let me get to these comments. We watch it together on Fridays. I open up the chat at 7:45 and we wait for it to start and we watch it together. When Donna says she needs to be engaged by 2025, Vince's flabber was gasted. Darius made it clear he's not getting with a woman who doesn't cook or clean. Get you in that kitchen. Ashante said, F this. She probably did. Ashante and Lauren have no true connections. They should have double eliminated. Hey, they could have walked out. Dom thinks she's the queen bee, but she's just a regular bee. Dang. Dang, Quay. I hope Ashante self-eliminated. Her person is not there. She may have been waiting outside for them to let her into the restaurant. Because funny how y'all, again, I'm going to say it. Funny how y'all was saying that Devin had all these connections. Devin had too many connections. Now, all of a sudden, we seen Steven handing out everybody a pot. We see now Bello got the most amount of ladies at his family visit. So I'm thinking that was just an excuse to get Devin gone. Just an excuse to get Devin gone. And I'm sorry. That wasn't the right way to get him. Okay? That was the right way. And y'all know why. I'm toxic. I'm toxic. I wanted Devin to be there for the retreat. Y'all could have Y'all could have sent Steven home. Okay, y'all could have sent Steven home early before the retreat and had Devin go to the retreat. That would have been fun. Y'all know I wanted Devin on the retreat, and y'all know why. I wanted Devin to see Dom and Bello move into a room together. I wanted Devin to see that. But that's my toxic trait. That's my toxic trait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If y'all were expecting something better, not today. Not today. Not today. I wanted Devin on that retreat, and I'm gonna stand, just like Dom always say, I'm gonna stand on business about that. I wanted Devin on that retreat. Y'all got rid of him too early. Do y'all think Ashley is going to leave with Darius or choose herself? I think, okay, we're going there. Let's go there. Okay, we're almost to the end. We're almost to the bridge. We have this. I think we'll have the family. I don't know if it's the family and the bridge this Friday, or family, bridge, then reunion. I don't know how long we're doing this, but let's go. Vin's going to pick Donna. Darius going to pick Ashley. Okay. Now, the three men, who they sending home? They're probably going to send Ashante home. But then that still leaves Bello. That's why I put him on the top there. That's why I put Bello on the top there with Lauren and Dom. Right now, he picking Dom. Right now, based on his behavior, Bello has been picking Dom. Okay? Bello has been picking Dom. He peeping it. Yeah, cool daddy. Yeah, and you know what? She gonna make it to the bridge. Ashley gonna make it to the bridge. She'll walk off with it. It's okay. People have walked off together. They have chosen each other, and then it just didn't work out. I just don't need another situation. If y'all have been watching Right to Love as long as I have, I do not need another situation where the man comes with the woman he left with the bridge with, and then all of a sudden he moves to the other couch to the other woman and blindsides the woman that was his choice on the show. Don't do that again. I know they're still together, Mario and Riva. I'm glad that y'all have a wonderful relationship, but how y'all started and how y'all did that reunion, no bueno. Do not come there and all of a sudden change up and change couch and sit next to somebody else because y'all been building a relationship and blindside the person you've been with the whole show. Don't do that, please. Okay? I can't handle that on a reunion again. I didn't like it. Don't embarrass anybody. Embarrass yourself. Don't embarrass anybody else. Okay? But y'all, yes, I think it's Bella going to choose Dominique. Darius going to choose Ashley. Vin's going to choose Donna. Okay? Okay? Oh, Absence, you know I love when you disagree with me. Come on now. I disagree, Elsid. Steven at least had multiple connections. Carde, however, was the one who should not have gone to the retreat. Devon signed his own pink slip at the friend's date. True. Carde could, but if Carde leaves, we don't get the metaphor. We don't get a metaphor moment. And even so, Bello had connections. You could have shown Bello handing out all his plant pots. I still would like Devon to be there because I'm toxic. I'm toxic. Dom had to get rid of Devon because she led him on. The other guys are no threat to her agenda. I don't know if the men send her or she self-eliminates, but she gone for sure. Else it was bueno for ratings. It was bueno for ratings. Ashley was bragging that she was driving Darius's car. She might stay with him if she still needs his car and furs. Like, you need to keep warm in Detroit, and you need a car. So, you know, for whatever reason, she has her reasons. Sabrina Soul said the cast doesn't do the eliminations, but production makes the elimination. We know, Mona. We know. We've been told several seasons back that production chooses, you know, who goes home. But we want to say, that, you know, the people choose, you know. But it's interesting. I want to see the notes on production as to Steven leaving. That's what I want to see. Because Steven having all these connections, it would have been interesting for Steven to go to the bridge to see who Steven chose. Because then you would have multiple women. Okay? You would have multiple women waiting. Multiple women waiting to see if Steven would pick them. They'll be standing by the bridge and see if he's going to walk up. That would be a scene. That would be a scene. Totally be a scene. Okay? But y'all, this has been fun today. I have to say, Dom, your slip is showing, and you about to, nuck if you buck the next episode with words, y'all, with words. But Friday, we have Unscripted, where we cover a year in music. Members, you will find out what year that is. And we also watch this show, Ready to Love, live from 7:45. We are live, and we could be in the chat and talk amongst ourselves. And don't forget, Love is Blind Germany. The weddings are Thursday, and Trey and I are going live on Sunday. That thumbnail should be up already. And Mondays are our Messy Member Mondays. And then Tuesday, we're back at it again for Ready to Love. If you do wish to also, the names in black here are those who have been eliminated. Only these on the side in red are still ready to love. Very, very interesting this time around. You still haven't started Love is Blind Germany? Girl, you are missing so much. And I have to make shorts. I have the great honor of being the only person to interview stateside to interview a member of Love is Blind Italy. So Elisa was granted an interview, and I have the whole interviews there. I have to cut it up into clips. Thank you, Lotus. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. RuPaul's Drag Race. We talk about it. We talk about it on Saturdays at 5:05 EST. RuPaul's Drag Race. So if you like Drag Race and you're looking for a crew to talk about it, and we grade the drag. We grade what comes down the runway and the entire show. We have a good old time like we do with Project Runway. Okay? We do with Project Runway. Thank you for keeping me in line, Lotus. You don't need to wait to see interviews. Most of the cast members have podcasts already. They're telling a lot. Oh, you're talking about Ready to Love? Yeah, everybody does. But don't forget, today we did learn on You Better Ask El Cid. We learned about the history of Jenga. So thank y'all. We definitely learned something today. I appreciate all of you. Please make sure you hit the like. If you would like to also contribute to the channel, you could also, buy me a coffee if you so wish. There's also a link to that in the description. But thank you all so much. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next one.